There's a golf course about 3 hours drive from Pattaya near the Cambodian border. It's called Soi Dao. It's an absolute cracker. Let's get to it. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to the channel. So, as I said at the top of the show, today we are going a little bit outside of the Pattaya area. So, moving up to an absolute gem of a golf course called Soi Dao. It's approximately 3 hours drive from Pattaya. It's according to Google Maps also. Sometimes you can do it a little bit quicker, just depends on the roadworks, etc. that's taking place. Quite a few roadworks here. Yeah, just to I'll put the usual whole sequence up on the screen as I'm talking away, as well as the yardage information, etc. Perhaps some other details. But yeah, there's a few things to say about this golf course. Let's just start with the beginning of let's say the golf course. It was designed by Dennis Griffiths back in 1995. Well-known American architect, golf architect, designer. And just so you're aware of okay, what other golf courses he designed? Well, in Thailand he's done Thai Country Club, which opened in 1996, and he also closer to Pattaya was the original designer for Phoenix Gold. So for those of you who play those golf courses, which are pretty good layouts, etc., you'll be aware of yeah, good quality, good layouts, etc. But this particular golf course, it's a bit spectacular because it's situated in let's say the Soi Dao mountain range, and it's absolute cracker. There's a hotel there. Can't recall how many it can hold, but probably 50 plus if I recall. Yeah, I mean, normally we have the Ryder Cup schedule up there, where there's like 25 or 30 golfers in each side. So yeah, I think it's probably somewhere around about 60-70 people that can hold the hotel rooms, etc. But in any case, yeah, just to say a little bit more about the golf course. The golf course itself, a bit of a parkland type golf course if you like, but like I say, it's just the setting in front of the mountains, and in the morning you get that sort of morning mist, etc., and then it sort of separates out away from the golf course, and it reveals this spectacular golf course. It's a great layout. There's some really good challenges, some water holes, some water hazards, etc. I think the signature holes, what used to be the old third hole, because in 2015 they did do a little bit of a renovation and sort of changed the front nine to the back nine to the front nine. So yeah, that's the only real change that I could notice anyway. I think they did work on the greens, etc. But to be fair, I've been coming since the noughties, and it's always been a golf course. Can sometimes be a bit hit and miss in the low season, but usually in the high season, which is now sort of December 2025, it should be in pretty good condition. And yeah, so yeah, just to say a little bit about Chatrium, is the, let's say, the resort owner. So originally when it opened, it was called Soi Dao Highlands Golf Resort. Then in 2015 it was acquired by Chatrium, I should say, which was itself, as a company, founded back in 2008, I think it was. It was part of this city reality company, and yeah, basically that's a company that was put together by the original founding owners of Bangkok Bank, which happens to be one of the biggest financial institutions in Thailand. So just so you know who Chatrium is. Of course, they've got a few other resorts in and around Thailand. Really is quite a good brand actually, and yeah, so if you want to bit of recommendation. You won't go wrong accommodation wise if you're choosing Chatrium. It's quite a nice brand, and they did take the time to spend a bit of money and renovating the hotel complex there, swimming pool facilities, yeah, and it's really nice setting. Yes, you're far away from the town, you haven't got the bright lights etc. nearby, but if it's somewhere where you want to just a sort of secluded sort of a retreat away from all the hustle and the bustle, but you want a quality golf course, and it's got great driving range facilities. You know, there's other things to do other than stay at the golf resort. There's visit the waterfalls, go on mountain trek. Some of the guys even went up to that Soidao mountain that you're probably seeing a big picture here as a just give you a bit of B-roll etc. But yeah, nevertheless, I'm happy to bring this guide and review to you. It was probably a little bit overdue, but I wanted to make sure it was done in the high season, because that's when the quality of the golf course can really be let's say assessed, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, enough about me talking about Soidao. Let's just put us on fast forward and let's get to the golf course. See you in a moment. Bye for now. Right, we have arrived at Soidao Golf Resort, Chatrium, near Canterbury, and yeah, been here many times myself, but I just thought, you know, while I've just arrived, just to talk a little bit about the facilities. So you can see in the background here, lovely restaurant, open terrace here, great for night time, yeah, for having your food. The food selection is very good, accommodates for international food as well as local Thai cuisine, so all good there. Got a great, if you like, swimming pool facilities etc. And I guess you're probably wondering about the price. Well, yeah, I think we got golf during the week 1,900 baht, but you know, you can check the website out. I think there is discount for PSC members. Just in the background here you've got let's say the driving range in the distance there, nice putting green, a little chipping green etc. So it's fantastic, let's say, for facilities for people that want to just get away and relax, but at the same time have some really good facilities to enjoy the golf. Like I say, you've got swimming pool etc. So great for families as well. And I'll put, if I can get the information about the room rates and stuff like that. They're typically, you know, one room is with either double big bed or two single beds, and they've got like a let's say a suite type room as well. Bit more expensive, but you know, for those who want a bit more lavish arrangements, they can accommodate here. So yeah, the old Chatrium logo is feel the remarkable, and it is quite remarkable, this particular, let's say, golf resort. It's only 3 hours drive from Pattaya. So like I say, I'll try and put the room rates up there on the screen just so you've got an indication of the costs etc. But definitely well worth the visit. And yeah, let's get this guide and review underway on the golf course, so hopefully give you the information so you can enjoy your time here, hit a good score, and yeah, go from there. Anyway, thanks for your time, and we'll be back in a moment. Right, let's get this guide and review underway. It's Soidao, and we're starting with a par 4. It's stroke index number 8. We're doing this review of the whites, so this particular hole, 393 yards, quite the long hole. Just for information, the red dotted line, white dotted line, blue dotted line as usual, is just giving you an indication of the yardages out from the center of the green. So anyway, let's get this underway. So if anything, you want to stay to the left hand side of the fairway here. There is tree line on the right hand side, so best always just to aim up the left hand side. There's a bit of room there as well, especially for the big hitters. So if you achieve that, left side of the fairway is good, and then that'll leave you with something. If you've hit it about 240 yards out off the tee, then you're going to be left with about, still with a decent shot in there, 160, 150 yards. So again, you want to be veering to the left hand side of the green, start off safe. You achieve that and get 2 putts on this hole and get a par, it's a great start. So yeah, good first hole. Right, we're on to the second hole at Soydao. It's a par 4, stroke index 4. It's sort of down the hill, dogleg to the left. Plays 391 yards off the whites. The trick on this particular hole, just want to favour the left-hand side because of the dogleg. You can run out of, let's say, yardage and being that trees on the right-hand side. So you want to carry something around about 230 yards, something like that. More to the left. If you've got a bit of a draw, that's favourable. Anyway, think positive. You'll achieve that sort of 230-yard shot in the air. Get close to the water's edge if you can. Leave yourself something like 100, just under 150 yards in. Shoot a shot into the green here. It's a double tier. You've got a top tier and a lower tier. Green pretty much slopes from the back to the front. Anyway, thinking positively, get this in the middle of the green because it is a tough par 4. Get 2 putts, get out here with a par. That's pretty good going for this particular hole. Yeah, but great hole. Right, we are on to the butterfly hole, which is the hole number 3. It's a par 3, stroke index 16. Playing off the whites, 174 yards. Quite the tricky hole, this. You've got, let's say, 30 yards between the front and the back of the green, so lots of space to play with, but it's sort of a 2-tiered green. You sort of top shelf left and bottom shelf right, so if anything you always want to be trying to aim for the middle of the green, unless the pin's up top left shelf, then missing even to the left gives you an opportunity to get up and down. But if it's in the bottom right, the pin, you definitely want to be probably hitting a bad shot short and then chip up, because if you're on the top shelf trying to put down, it's 3-putt city. Anyway, think positively. You're going to shoot that middle of the green. If you achieve that and get 2 putts here, possibility of a birdie, but quite a long par 3. So par here is always good, even a bogey. So yeah, great hole. Right, onwards to hole number 4 at Soydao. It's a par 4, stroke index 12, plays 381 yards off the whites. If anything, you just want to sort of keep on the left-hand side of the fairway if you can. That's going to give you the best angle into this green. A slightly elevated green, but not too much. But if you hit it 230, 240, give yourself about 100 and sort of 40 yards into the green. Quite an expansive green, a top shelf at the back to the bottom, so sloping from the back to the front. Anyway, think positively. You'll hit a shot down the middle of the fairway. You achieve that, give yourself an opportunity to get a shot into the green. Yeah, miss those trees on the right. That's can sometimes block you out from a second shot to the green, but otherwise, yeah, aim for the middle of the green. If you get on here and get 2 putts, it's pretty good. Always possibility of a birdie here if you can get a good shot away off the tee, but yeah, cracking hole. Right, onwards to hole number 5. It's a par 4, stroke index 6. It's Soydao. It's a short par 4, 357 yards, but can lure you into a lot of trouble. Mainly because you might think, take that driver off the tee and bang it over the bunker. Typically, that bunker on the left-hand side at 235 yards always going to capture your ball. So the sensible shot here is actually just take something that goes about 220, 230. So you get short of those bunkers. You achieve that. You still only got 150 yards in. The green is significantly sloping from back to the front. So you definitely want to be basically hitting the shot short of the pin on this particular hole, and if you achieve that, there's always a possibility of a birdie. But yeah, this short hole but can be very tricky, and you can run up a cricket score here if you're not quite sure how to play it. So hopefully this guide on this hole will fare a little bit better for you to get a good score. Right, we're coming up to the first par 5 on the front 9. It's hole number 6. It's stroke index 2. It's quite generous as far as width off the fairway, hitting off the tee. It is the longest par 5 on a golf course. Plays 521 yards off the whites. Just want to be wary of that bunker on the left-hand side. The one in the centre shouldn't really come to play unless you're an absolutely monster hitter. But anyway, think positively. Shoot a good shot off the tee and get down to the centre of the fairway. Typically, because the green is guarded by water on the right hand side, it's definitely a 3-shot hole this. You just want to punch something down there, an extra 150 yards, so it sort of give you sort of 100 to 120 yards shot into the green. Quite a generous sized green. So yeah, if anything though, there is a bit of a slope from the back to the front. So if you can, you want to be trying to hit it short of the pin so you leave yourself an uphill putt. If you achieve that, you're doing very good, and it's a cracking par 5. Right, we'll come up to the hole number 7. It's a par 3, stroke I think 18. Plays 141 yards off the whites, and it's an island type green. Bit of a trick on this particular hole is if the pin is at the front, just take a club that's going to get you to the middle of the green. Don't try and be too sweet, because the wind can just pick up and knock your ball out of the air. Before you know it, you're in the water and you're running up a cricket score. So yeah, but play sensibly. Always get a club that's going to go centre of the green. That's the best way to play this hole. There is a bit of a slope from sort of the back to the front, so but you know, it's not too severe, so you still get your 2 putt. If you get a par here, it's pretty good going actually, even though it's stroke 18. But cracking hole, and a nice view of the mountain here as well. So get your camera in. Okay, onwards to the 8th hole. It's a par 4, stroke index 14. Plays 360 yards, so not too long, this particular par 4. But there's a gigantic oak tree in the middle of the fairway, and the focus here just needs to be probably getting to the left or the right. There is sort of 2 split fairways here. I would favour the one on the left. That's going to give you the best opportunity to get on the green, and if you hit it slightly skew width, then it still gives you a possibility of a second shot to the green. Anyway, think positively. You'll shoot it down and to the left hand side if we can, and if you achieve that, gives you a shot into the green. Probably looking at around about 130, 140 yards. Bigger hitters, less, sometimes 100 yards, and yeah, if you shoot that into the green, then we're looking good. Slight slope from the left, sort of sloping down to the bottom right of this particular green, so anything under the hole is going to give you a better opportunity for a 2 putt, possible birdie. It's a cracking par 4. Right, we're coming into the last hole on the front 9. It's a par 5, stroke index 10. Quite the short par 5, this, 464 yards, and the trick to set yourself for a birdie here is just miss them bunkers at 253 and 265. If you can, favour the sort of left hand side of the fairway here. If you achieve that, gives you a great shot in, possibility of getting the green in 2. Anyway, think positively. I'll shoot it down the left hand side of that fairway. Like I say, the bigger hitters definitely get here in 2. But if not, if you want to just play it safe, you can just push it down on the left hand side. Gives yourself a nice easy chip shot onto the green, possibility still of a birdie, and yeah, you achieve that, and should definitely be coming out with a par here. It's one of the easiest holes in a golf course, but great opportunity for a birdie on this particular hole. Right, welcome back to the channel. So now is time for a halfway house here at Soi Dao, and yeah, what can we say? I mean, just coming down the 9th hole now, bit of a halfway house update. So scenery, weather conditions, brilliant. I mean, it's just fantastic place to come to. Definitely worth a visit. But as far as the course is concerned, it's okay condition, but it's notable now. You can see this crabgrass coming through on the fairways, which is but unlike Soi Dao. I mean, I think the renovation when they did it back in, what was it, 2015, the fairways were really good, but you'd see that crabgrass coming through again. And yeah, the greens are a bit slow, still very much playable, but you can see they've had some problems with the greens of having to cut some patches out of the greens and stuff like that. But hey ho, I mean, it's every golf course I suppose has its little shenanigans and maintenance problems to overcome, but still fantastic, great to be here. Overall, I think, you know, the front 9 especially is okay. It's all very well playable, very enjoyable to come to this fantastic result. But anyway, we'll stop talking for now, and we'll come back with a final verdict later. Anyway, stay tuned. Bye for now. Right, we start the back 9 with a par 4. It's stroke index 5. It's a short par 4, slight dogleg to the right. It plays 374 yards. Just got to be wary of that bunker on the right hand side. If you get in there, it's definitely 3 shots to get in the green. But you know, for the bigger hitters, if you can carry it 230 yards, you'll get close down to the water's edge, and easy shot into the green. So yeah, I think it positively. Probably just for the bigger hitters, 3-wood's enough, but otherwise everybody else driver. Like I say, if you get about 230, 240 yards down there, you'll leave yourself shot in less than 150 yards. Green slopes from the back to the front, not so severe, so definitely want to get it over that water. So always think about an extra club. Back of the green's not too bad. Anyway, think of positively, shoot into the middle of the green and set yourself up possibility of a birdie here. But par's always a good outcome on this particular hole. Right, onwards to the 11th hole. It's a par 4, stroke index 13, a very short par 4, only 289 yards. For the bigger hitters, you probably can go for it. So a 250 yard carry to that front bunker, but if you can carry it about 270, you might get onto the green, but it's not worth the risk really. I mean, you just hit an iron, get even 100 yards out, and my experience, just shooting it down the left-hand side of the fairway, keep it on the flat, and you're going to be in a better shape to get a birdie. So I think in that way, just push it down there some 200 yards or so, give yourself a nice easy shot into the green. The full shot's good here into the green. That's I think the trick. Try and get close to the pin, and yeah, shoot into the green. Try and get close to the pin. Always better to be under the hole here, because it does slope more or less from the back to the front here, from the right down to the left edge. So yeah, under the pin is the trick, and if you achieve that, possibility of a birdie, but par's also good. Right, onwards to the first par 3 on the back 9, hole number 12, stroke index 17. Quite a tricky hole this. It plays 172 yards, sort of an elevated tee box looking down onto the green. So you just want to be careful with your shot selection. If anything, the bailout shot here is to the right, still gives you plenty of green to play with for a chip and a putt, for a par, if not definite bogey. But yeah, thinking positively, you do want to probably favour the right hand side of the green if you can, just so you clear that water. But yeah, great hole this. It is the signature hole. Shoot to the middle of the green, and it's quite generous from the front to the back. Get a 2-putt here and a par. It's a great par. So yeah, cracking par 3, and moving on to the next one. Right, first par 5 on the back 9. It's hole number 13, stroke index 3. Plays 510 yards, so quite generous off the tee. Favour the right hand side of the fairway here. Just make sure you don't get any trouble. Stay away from that bunker on the left hand side at 220, 245 yard carry. For the big hitters, you can take a bit of the corner off on that bunker, but it's still a very tricky shot to get under the green and 2 here, unless you really got a long ball off the tee. Anyway, thinking positively, shoot to the right hand side of the fairway if you can. Once you've achieved that, just want to push it down about another 170 yards or so to give yourself a, say, 100 yards shot out, slightly less. If you achieve that, obviously closer to the water the better. And then quite a generous green here, slopes from the back to the front, but if you can, keep it below the hole. If you achieve that, give yourself a possibility of a birdie, but par is also admirable before you move on to the drink stop and get a well-deserved beer. Okay, after a well-deserved rest at the drink stop, we go onwards to hole number 14. It's a second par 3 in the back 9, stroke index 15. Quite the long hole this, slightly elevated, great view of the mountain, Soidao Mountain, of which many people have trekked up there, and even a few of my colleagues. Yeah, but just coming back to the golf, you got about 163 yards to the front and 201 yards to the back. The miss here is definitely short. But anyway, let's think positive. You're going to shoot to the middle of the green. If you achieve that and actually get 2 putts on this green and get out with a par, you're doing very, very well. Stay away from that left-hand side. That's trouble. So if anything, the bailout is short right, and give yourself an opportunity of a chip up the green. But cracking par 3, and for sure, get your camera out and take a picture, group photo. And yeah, it's a good hole to remember, this one. Right, we are on to the toughest hole on the golf course. It's hole number 15, par 4, stroke index 1. Plays off the whites to 431 yards. Definitely the trick here is miss those bunkers on the left. and you, for the really big hitters, you just need to be where he could run out of fairway. But yeah, I mean, in general, people are just gonna, you know, hit a good 250-yard shot if they can, and you know, for the short hitters, you want to, for your second shot, veer off to the left for your second shot to make sure you avoid that water, give yourself the possibility of definitely making a bogey, and with your stroke you'll still make some points. But yeah, for the others, shooting into the green, bit of a sort of two-step tier green here on the left top shelf, right bottom shelf. And if anything, there's a bit of a tip you want to take, think about the club that you think you're going to hit and take one more just to make sure you get over that water, over the bunker to get onto the green. If you achieve that and you get 2 putts on this hole and a par, you're doing fantastically well. Okay, onwards to hole number 16. It's a par 4, stroke index 7, quite the short par 4 this. Bunker off the tee there, 218 yards, definitely don't want to be in there. And there's a further one further up, 253. Trick in this hole, because you've got trees and some water hazard on the right hand side of the tee, is just hit the driver, because then there's super amount of space on the right hand side past the trees. A little bit of semi there, but you'll find your ball, still give yourself a shot into the green. So in any case, yeah, that's a little bit of a tip on this particular hole. Of course, if you find the shorter stuff, that's better. And of course, the green here slopes from the back to the front. So again, just want to be making sure your second shot, if you can, be below the hole to give yourself an uphill possibility of a birdie. But yeah, straightforward hole, and it's all about decision process off the tee. Hole 17, it's the second par 5 on the back 9, plays stroke index 9, 495 yards, so it's not too long as par 5s go, but there's a lot of trickery in this particular hole. Tree lined, let's say par 5, right and left, all about getting your aim point correct off the tee. If you're going with a driver, don't necessarily need to hit a driver off this particular tee. It's definitely a 3-shot hole. For the bigger hitters, you can get further down there, possibly getting the green in too, but this green is elevated, very hard to hold because of the shape of the green. You'll see what I mean when you actually see the green. But in any case, think positively, shoot down the middle, and then you just want to push it further down with an iron. Just get in a position where you're going to give yourself a nice easy chip onto the green. There is a bit of a narrowing in the front of the green, so if anything you want to be sure of holding the green, just push it to the further at the back and then go for the 2-putt and get a 5 and get out of here, because this can be a very, very tricky hole. But otherwise, yeah, good test this particular hole, and great par 5. Okay, on to the last hole. It's Soi Dao, hole number 18, plays a par 4, stroke index 11. Quite the long hole, 400 yards. Great hole coming up towards the clubhouse, and got to sort of contend with some water first, shoot through some trees. But yeah, you can see there's a bunker on the right hand side, 249 yards. If you don't hit it that far, aim at that bunker. It's a pretty good line in actually. Otherwise, the bigger hitters, you want to be taking more the central route in that bunker on the left hand side. For really big hitters, it's 270-yard carry. But anyway, think positively. You're going to shoot one down the middle. If you achieve that, you're still going to be left with quite a long iron in, probably 160, 170 sometimes. Green does slope sort of from the back left down to the front right, so if you can, you definitely want to be on the lower tier if you like, and putting up the hill gives you best opportunity for 2 putts and a par. And yeah, great finishing hole, and hopefully this guide and review has kept you in good stead. And yeah, let's move onwards to the final verdict. Right, welcome back to the channel. So it's time for the final verdict. So Soi Dao, yeah, I mean, excellent experience. Course is fantastic layout. That Dennis Griffiths did a good job here. Yeah, I mean, the overall the facilities is fantastic. You know, you think of the swimming pool, the hotel quality, 4-star hotel, by the way. All very, very, very nice. Hospitality for the staff is, you know, second to none. You know, even the lady cleaning up the leaves this morning, good morning. So yeah, but it's fantastic experience, and all I can say is that it is one of the best golf courses in Thailand. Great experience, and yeah, you definitely want to get yourself down here. Like I say, as I said in the front nine, just start to see a little bit of that crabgrass, so hopefully they'll address that. And greens they're a little bit slow, but you know, like all golf courses, some of the courses have some challenges and experiences. They keep on top of the greens and stuff, but having a few challenges here now, a bit bobbly compared to previous years I've been here. It's been superb. So, but like I say, pretty much you get that on quite a lot of golf courses around here. And but overall, great place to come. 1,900 baht to play if you're staying at the hotel, so pretty good. And yeah, put it on your bucket list, I would say. Let's just take one more look at that splendid mountain that overlooks and dominates the golf course. It's just fantastic. You wake up in the morning there looking out from your balcony from the hotel room, and you're in heaven basically. So yeah, anyway, hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and hopefully this guide and review helped you play and shoot a better score around this golf course, because I have played it quite a few times. Been known to break 80 every now and then, but not so much recently. But in any case, hope you have enjoy watching this vlog, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and we shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.